What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 292 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LeBlatt. Joining me, as always, we have the Ray Trace Durag on the beach, Madrid Devon.
3v3 is chaotic.
And we got the most generous squid in the sea, Jalen Roberts.
The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about Humble Games, Blizzard unionization. We're going to complain about Robert Downey Jr., and we're going to talk about Pokemon Go.
No collection medal, but it's like, I want it. I'm more pissed the fact that it's like, it decided to get me like that.
I mean, some of these collection medals, like there was a cast form one that one of the weather requirements was snow.
In middle of fucking Georgia? Have fun.
And it happened like, whenever it happened, like, I think it was actually like legitimately hot outside. And we're just like, yeah, so there's just no chance of us completing it. It did rain, so we were able to get regular cast form, rain cast form, sun cast form, but
Yeah,
the last one was just
day.
snow. Right.
And shit. I'm sure if you tried it now, it would just be rain and sun.
Well, I got a...
Actually, currently the
shiny-
weather is cloudy.
Yeah, in game.
Yeah.
You got Pokemon Go up.
How else do you know? How else would you think I know how many Magnemite candies I need? You think I memorized that bullshit?
Maybe.
No, these aren't baddies. These aren't bad bitches, man.
They're NFTs.
They're not even NFTs.
So you're doing it for the bad bitches?
If if it was for bad bitches, I'd remember.
I respect it.
But yeah,
Also,
so...
I need 5k EXP to hit 30.
Oh, I'm a good 7 million, over 7 million away from level 43, so... But, okay, so yesterday was Pokemon Go Lucario Mega Lucario Raid Day. I got 2 shiny Lucarios out of it. I got the ticket, so I think I got 18 free raids. And of course, like the actual peak performance player that I am, I had a Pokemon that I needed to win 10 raids with as my buddy. And I just didn't do that.
Forgot all about it.
Right, forgot all about it until like the last 5 raids I did. I was like, well, not these 13 that I've done before right now. No, those don't even matter. But yeah, so I hit level 42. Finally, I finished all my challenges like the day before I hit the XP threshold, so I had to get great buddies with my Eevee to get a Sylveon, because I had already done the name trick for Sylveon when I was trying to get it in my Pokedex.
How do you get Eevee to be one of your great buddies?
You got to set it as your buddy, and you got to go on walks, and you got to play with it, and you got to feed it berries, and you got to take a picture of it.
Take it out drinking? Like, yo.
Yeah, actually. You know, you got to treat it like a pet.
Dog, for real.
Yeah, and then it'll help you when you're catching Pokemon. Like, I have a Marshtomp as my buddy because, you know, it's a Marshtomp. It's a fucking Marshtomp. I threw a Pokeball at a Lopunny. The Lopunny kicked it because it's a Lopunny. Marshtomp headbutted it like Krillin did like Gohan did the Spirit Bomb when they fought Vegeta the first time. And I caught that Lopunny.
But yeah, so yesterday we were kind of like, outside of the complete blunder of me having the wrong buddy equipped, we were like min-maxing it. I didn't get a hundo, but I did get 2 shinies for Lucario, and more than enough energy to mega evolve both my shinies
A
and
couple of times.
well, so after the first time, it's not like once you've hit the threshold of the, as long as you're re-mega evolving the same one. So like my strongest Tyranitar is the one that I've mega evolved. My Hundo Aggron is the one that I've mega evolved. My Primal Groudon that I did was my shiny. So all the megas, like if you continue doing the same one after that initial time, so like I think my Lucky Rayquaza has is the one that I've mega evolved before. And so yeah, after you hit that threshold or like meet the requirements for it once, after that you can re mega evolve it for future use.
I just wish the game didn't run like a piece of shit. I thought it was because I was on an older phone, but no, just everybody. Everyone who plays this game has to deal with the fact that the app is kind of a piece of shit. Well, not kind of, just a piece of shit.
The thing is, it's just like, even though phones are really good, it's too good for phones in a lot of ways.
Is it too good for phones, or is it the fact that the game has not been optimized at
Both.
all?
I would. Because think about it, if you had like a cooling system for your phone, a lot of these crashes wouldn't happen. But
I don't know. I don't fully believe that. I don't believe that.
no, if you could slap a fan on the processor of your phone, I guarantee you wouldn't. Like some of these just like hard like fuck you crash to home screen.
Nah, because the game don't even be running that hard to be requiring them crashes. I've seen that game
You
crash
use
opening.
AR.
No. Okay, yes, it crashing during AR. I can kind of see that. Motherfucker, the game crashes when you open it.
I know.
Opening the damn game crashes the damn game.
The only thing that's crashing the game for me is transferring like over 200 Pokemon in one go and raiding. It'll be like, all right, you just finished this raid, you're on a charger, like your phone is pushing like
Aren't those things that you do pretty often though?
Yes.
It only happens during this major event in this major event.
No, literally, one of the
That I
things
do
he
all the
mentioned is
time.
like the most important thing in there.
yeah, so luckily I didn't lose out on any Lucario due to the game crashing. So
How much is Niantic paying you, Anton?
Not enough. Not enough, I'll tell you what.
Hey man, you're
all right,
doing excellent work.
Niantic,
Can't even convince them to-
if you're listening, I'll be a community ambassador.
He'll do it. He's doing great already.
Niantic, give me a fucking Gen 3 starter. Make a line of Gen 3 starter onesies and make the characters not look so goddamn goofy. They still look goofy as fuck. I'm over here.
Yeah, I
trying to
told
get
y'all
ripped
they
out.
weren't gonna fix that. I don't know why y'all thought that Niantic was gonna actually do so, like make any adjustments due to fan outcry.
Look, I'm just saying, why does it gotta look so damn goofy?
It's horrible.
So damn goofy.
So I got the Lucario mask.
It looks goofy as fuck.
No, it works as a Lucario mask. It's just it even like, you know, the hair could be worse. It just hides the entire like facial structure, which I feel like is like the major downfall for all the trainer avatars in this game.
I think it's the way the body models handle, especially for the animations. They're all fucking goofy as hell. Like the way your character opens up like this when you succeed at something, it's fucking weird, man. It's like our characters don't know how body work.
They're putting all that budget and effort into Pokemon animations because I don't know if you've seen some of these like more recent animations. I'm like, this is actually a complex stream of like unique animations that could only be used for this Pokemon using this attack, and that's actually really cool. But yeah, Niantic, I need you to add all the existing Mega Pokemon before new ones drop next year when Pokemon Legends Zac comes out.
Huzzah.
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 But yeah, because the fact that Lucario just got released and they have this steel type event going on and Metagross doesn't have its Mega in the game yet. Even though
Metagrass. All right.
Wait, is that the next one?
potentially, I honestly have no idea.
When is Shadow Lugia?
Shadow Lugia is probably closer to the end of the month. Because
Okay.
I know next weekend's the run back for Rayquaza, and I don't even know if I want that shiny that bad to do a Piedmont Park weekend, 2 weekends in a row.
How's it parking over there?
Trifling.
So the Piedmont Park parking deck, which is where I typically park, that's like I'll spend several hours playing, I'll get back in my car, leave. It's like $8 tops. So I go to park
$8,
over
that's it?
there, and they have a sign up, event parking, $35. I'm like, nope. So fortunately, was able to hit a U-turn and went to this parking deck on 12th Street that last time I was there, I turned around in the parking deck and it was $8 just to turn around. Because, like, the entrance didn't have enough clearance to, like, turn. So I had to go in the parking deck, turn around, and come right back out, and it was $8.
Damn, no one got that free. You didn't park situation. You know, like some of them, like if you go in, if you come right back out, they don't charge you.
Yeah,
Oh,
most of
a
them.
lot of them.
Yeah.
Most of them. Right.
It's usually you start getting charged, like, once you've
Hey,
been
hold
there,
on, I'm
like,
sorry. Is that Thunderous acting a fool out there, or what the fuck?
Oh yeah. Thor out there getting tizzed.
Damn.
Yeah, because that's definitely coming through, and then you'll look around on the video, and I'm just like,
Hey, it rains every day in Atlanta. You know.
right, that's
Yeah.
why I can't get my goddamn lawn mowed right now. It's like, I called the dude, I was like, I thought you were going to come. He's like, it's been raining. I'm like, yeah, you're right. My bad.
Just
It is valid.
wow, it
It's hard
rains
to
so
come
hard
in
it makes you
between
sound like
rains
Chris.
as well. Like, make it make sense. There's like a 40-minute window. That's if you're lucky.
Right.
Mm.
Honestly, I thought it was going to rain yesterday, but somehow it just didn't.
It didn't rain yesterday?
No.
At Piedmont, at least it didn't. We were out there, and like we got out there, and the skies were gray. And like I was expecting to, have to seek shelter or something at some point of us being out there, but no, it cleared. By the time we left, it was sunny.
Oh,
Yeah, it's got sunny because it started cooking us. Having
Yeah.
to crossing the actual the soccer field 3 times.
Yeah.
Every single time it got harder and harder. Like,
Yeah, that open field area is like it's a test of your will.
Hell on earth.
If I hadn't eaten that hot dog right before that last time we crossed it,
uh-huh.
You gotta swap that hot dog out for some watermelon.
Or
I
some
should have gotten
cucumber.
a smoothie with it. But the thing was, I had a Powerade. I was drinking water like as we were going. So,
Was it a red Powerade?
no, it was. Shit, what color was it? Orange, I think. Whatever it was, it got the job done. So, yeah, I mean, other than Pokemon Go, I guess.
Since we're done with Pokemon Go, Humble Games is restructuring and laid off a whole bunch of people.
Yep.
This is the publishing arm of Humble Bundle. They publish games such as Void Bastards and the modern classic Signalis
And Slay the Spire.
and Slay the Spire. And yeah, they're claiming it's a restructuring. The current theory that I've seen working around is the owner of Humble Bundle didn't understand how long it takes to make games and how making money off of games actually work. It wasn't meeting the quarterlies. Let's just be real with
Well,
it.
so the
It
thing,
was.
the IGN's parent company, Ziff Davis, bought Humble like a few years back, like back when like acquisitions were happening kind of left and right, like IGN's
Mhm.
parent, like there were a bunch of conflict of interest questions about, oh, Humble published this game and technically they're like our sister company, so we have to go out and get a third party to review it for IGN so that our bias isn't being shown on
Yeah.
this review.
It appears, according to Game World Observer, it appears Ziff Davis decided to shut down the publisher in the wake of rising cost and game delays. Like I said, quarterlies. Like, that's why I specifically said quarterlies, because, like, the thing about making games is that looking at it as a quarterly thing never ends well for the games. Just doesn't.
Yeah.
Because that's a really short time span, especially with the fact that game development's getting longer.
Yeah, that's 4 times a year. Like,
Right, it's more
insane.
expensive. Right, and they're getting more expensive, partially because of like expectations. Part
Yeah.
of
Games
it,
are taking longer too. Like,
And
the way
also-
people want to do things.
and also another thing about it is just cost of living. Let's be real here, since cost of living is high everywhere, that means games are instantly more expensive to make because the developers got to eat.
Rent due.
Rent's due, the studio rent due, and you're doing
Right,
this
so
over 4 to 7, anywhere between 4 to 7 years. That's a lot, and it worries me because it seems like every time there's a new big game show, there's a new publisher coming out to say, hey, look at all the great games we got. And it's like, are you going to stick around to even see those games release? Because you could drop hits, but, they're expensive.
I mean, most of the big publishers we're seeing, like Embracer Group, everybody's hoping they crumble. Ubisoft they were able to put out Skull and Bones and, just stay the course with everything else. EA, they just dropped college football. They're going to be fine.
No, EA's okay. The thing that those aren't the ones I'm worried about. I'm more worried about Blumhouse. I'm more worried about
But the thing is, like,
I'm worried
Blumhouse
about
isn't.
I'm worried about the publishers of the smaller games, not the games that have a money printing machine behind them, like EA Sports, which ain't even in the same. Which remember,
Oh
EA
yeah, they.
Entertainment and EA Sports got split. So Apex isn't being propped up by college football money anymore. That's why we immediately see the Battle Pass changes.
Well, they changed. They went back on the battle pass changes.
I know, but you see the
Because
motivation,
it was
though.
like, all right, we either lose our player base or we try to figure out another way to make money.
Right. And it's like, I'm not really worried about that. Like EA's gonna be around. EA got enough money to be around. I'm not worried about them closing. I'm not worried
Right,
about Sony closing. I'm honestly, if Ubisoft was gonna close, they would have done it like 4 Assassin's Creed games ago. Like
I think
those aren't the ones I'm worried about. I'm more worried about those smaller publishers or the younger publishers, really, the ones who got into the game, got into publishing games because they saw that gaming as an industry is the biggest entertainment industry in the world at the moment. And they decided they wanted in on that, not fully understanding what it entails. Those are the ones I'm worried about.
Well, I'm glad like Devolver doesn't have like a corporate overlord it answers to. So like at the very least, a lot of, because Devolver will go out there and find indies that are like actually like when they put together a showcase, their games is like, oh yeah, this is a Devolver game, and this is a game I'd actually like to play. So it's not just like.
But the thing about Devolver, though, is I'm not worried about Devolver because they've been in the game for a decade. Devolver ain't young. Like that's.
They understand what it takes.
They've been doing this for a decade. They know what's up. They have an idea of what. That's why they have a catalog of 117 games.
I'm excited for what's it, Outer Sloth? Like to see what they're doing. Like they're trying to like prop up smaller indies and like give them a means of publishing. I see something like that being, more grassroots. And even though it's newer, they kind of understand like what it takes to make a game like with a small team and like be able to prop that up.
Absolutely. And like I said, the main one I'm worried about is Blumhouse, mostly because Grave Seasons looks really, really good, and I don't want that to just,
Well, no,
they're coming over for movies.
Yeah.
So maybe the movie guys are like, hey,
maybe, hopefully, but
hopefully they're like, hey, we're gonna let you cook. We get it.
Hopefully, but you never know.
Yeah, I think Blumhouse is going to be fine. Like, I think Outer Sloth's going to be fine. Devolver's going to be fine. But just, I don't know, Humble because, and that's the thing, Humble Bundle, the subscription service, Humble thing, isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, like I said, we're just talking about Humble Games, the publishing arm of that company. That's why it's technically a restructuring, even though people still got laid off.
Yeah.
This is just another story, like the countless stories of just people losing their jobs in the gaming industry.
Yeah, it's awful right now, and that
It's
kind of like feeds into the next point with the SAG after strike.
Right? They're back on strike to protect voice actors from AI. Because AI, even as a tool, is a fantasy at this point. Because the well has been poisoned, not by their bad stuff, but the fact that the AI is now eating their own data. Like everything that
a large language model trained on a large language model trained on a large language model. Can't believe it.
Heck, no, this is not even that. It's a large language model being trained off itself. Yeah. These aren't even different models. It's just itself. It's drinking its own Kool-Aid.
That's always a good thing.
Right.
What could possibly go wrong?
That's how you innovate.
Yeah.
It's how you innovate as the industry is now facing $5 billion in losses.
Yeah. I did want to highlight the thing with the with the strike, they pretty much agreed to everything except for one point, and it was like mocap artists. And what they do, they're classifying that as an asset as opposed to like
Yeah.
a business or like a person
Yeah,
providing
they
an
should be
art
treated
form.
like stunt crew.
Yeah, and they're looking at it like, oh no, once you record this, that, and the third, it's data. Like, I'm like, oh, so to be exploited by AI. So they're standing their ground and they're gonna keep striking. So hopefully, they're like, fuck it, let's give them
And
what they want.
I feel like certain game like individual publishers have already the way A24 when they were like, all right, all of Hollywood's not meeting their demands, we will just meet their demands so we can continue operating.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
we've
and that's
already,
why strikes are important.
they got the
Because
green light.
yeah, that's
they
why
can do
strikes
that.
are important. Because you put out a threat, and any of the companies that are like, okay, let's just not get in the mix of this, they'll not get in the mix, and they'll be able to keep going.
yeah, but some of these corporations will just dig
These
their
corporate overlords, they just want to milk you for all you're worth.
Not even the fun kind of milking either. That's the worst part.
They're not strapping you to a table upside down.
Damn, you get tables these days? Look at Moneybags. Look at this rich money motherfucker gets a goddamn table.
That's not
Right.
me.
In my day, they repurposed
Dave, what's the shit?
basketball.
Dave?
Oh yeah, that was on Dave.
That's the only reason I know. I'm not a freak. I'm not a freak like y'all. I am not a fan.
Just don't do it in the garage. All right.
Garage.
So, in line with the striking, Blizzard has the entire World of Warcraft development team has unionized. So
You should really pause when you say that. The entire world of Warcraft.
development team.
And this is a wall-to-wall unionization. Everybody, QA, the actual devs, but this is also
Artists,
artists,
producers.
for everybody getting unionized. But this is also like another domino falling, because it started even before the acquisition. Because remember, Raven Software unionized. Raven has a history of making Heat. They used to make some of the greatest shooters of all time. Then they got bought by Activision and put into Call of Duty mines.
Mm-hmm.
But they unionized from the mines, though.
Wasn't it just their QA team?
Yes. But that was the first to go. But yeah, Activision, Blizzard, they're getting more. Their studios are unionizing, which is good because remember, this is like the first bit of good news since the acquisition to come out. Just straight up.
Well, I mean, I feel like Microsoft is a lot more open to its subsidiaries unionizing because Bethesda
But
has
that's also
done-
unionized.
right.
Technically, they unionized before Blizzard did.
Yeah. But it was still post acquisition, so it seems like Microsoft acquiring a lot of the, like they're definitely not, hopefully not going to be acquiring anything else anytime soon, but with all the acquisitions they've done in the last few years, they seem a lot more willing than like Activision Blizzard would have or ZeniMax would have.
Oh, Raven Software is also unionized, which is another Raven Software. They're also in the Call of Duty mines. Is Raven in the Call of Duty mines? I think Raven's in the Call of Duty mines. A lot of
Wait.
if you're owned by Activision, there's a good chance you were in the Activision mines.
Wasn't Raven the one you were talking about already?
That was the
Oh
first one.
god, there's too many fucking names. Yeah, they got recognized by Microsoft right after the acquisition. But Microsoft is open to it. They're not doing it, and I think part of the reason why is because one, they need goodwill, and two, Xbox I don't think could survive a strike. If a strike or something actually happened to Microsoft, I don't think the Xbox side of it would actually survive it.
They ain't never getting these goddamn games.
Like just straight up, I don't think Xbox could survive it.
I mean, they could.
I don't know. I really don't know because
with the way they be talking, I don't know.
Because Game Pass was never profitable. Like
they're doing the console without a console bundle. Like Xbox as a brand, like all the hardware, all the publishing, all of that could go away, and Xbox as a brand, just as like an American video game kind of concept. Like Xbox as a brand is strong enough that even if all of it goes away, Xbox will still be...
I don't know, because that's what happened to games with Windows Live. And do you even remember games for Windows Live?
Yeah, but that... It's like, I don't even think Steam has like the cultural importance of the brand Xbox. Like Valve definitely doesn't have as a brand.
I think...
Like PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, like
this is the thing about it though is I don't think Xbox actually does, because we've seen every bit of goodwill, every single a lot. Like remember, the Xbox brand has been floundering for the past decade. Like
more than.
But the 360 though.
No, that was 20 years ago, dog. That was like 15 years ago. Dog.
The 360 is going to carry it.
Yeah.
Forever.
Right. The 360.
Until they close the door. The 360 is going to be right there holding that bitch up, red ring and all.
Look, I think that, the 360 earned Xbox the cachet like that PlayStation probably never even truly hit. Like Nintendo was like Nintendo.
PlayStation 2.
Well, part of the reason why Microsoft...
Whoa, pump your brakes!
The PlayStation 2 was...
PlayStation 2. That's right.
It had games, unlike the PS3 and the PS5. The PS2 had games.
PS5
the PS2 had games.
PS2.
Look, nobody was making PS2 had no game jokes. No one was saying that about the PS2.
I feel like reputation-wise, it goes PS2, PSP, PS5, and then...
Actually, the PS4 had a great reputation. Like, let's not sleep on the PS4.
No, I'm just talking about, like, culturally. Like, the PS4...
Having a PS5, it was really just a symptom of the times. Having a PS5 was a moment. It's like, fuck, you got one.
It's still kind of...
You either Moneybags McGee or you got the time. Yeah. There's some resource you have, but that's the thing about it is it wasn't about the games. It was about the monetary status symbol.
But for me, it was actually about the games.
What games, Anton?
I played Miles Morales on it day one.
You're going to play that on your PlayStation?
I did. The night before.
What's the PS5 for? Buying Spider-Man Miles Morales twice?
Twice.
No.
Twice.
Got it once. Bought it once.
You clear past the upgrade?
What I'm saying is, it's good that Microsoft is doing it. It's a good bit of them being open, them just straight up acknowledging their unions and being open to negotiating is a bit of goodwill that Microsoft, especially the Xbox brand, need. Because as much as we joke and kiki about it, it has been a rough decade for Xbox. Let's really be real here. Like,
poor Xbox.
Oh no, this isn't a poor Xbox. This is more like, get your shit together, you dumb motherfucker.
This is 2 weeks in a row where Xbox has just been dragged through the mud by somebody that's not me. And I'm just sitting here Like, how did we get here to like?
Okay, you know why? Because fundamentally, at my core, I'm a console hater. Every problem that I have with video games, I blame on the consoles.
I hate the way that you walk, the
I
way that
hate the
you
way you
talk.
talk. I hate the way you talk. I hate the way that you dumb down immersive sims to put them on a goddamn controller. I hate your bullshit. I hate entire genres don't work on your bullshit ass. Trifling ass consoles. So I will never skip a day to drag a console. Except for a Nintendo. They just get dragged for being a corporation.
See, Nintendo, like, we were playing, like, so yesterday at Mega Lucario Raid Day, I had a golden lure module from linking my Pokemon Go with my copy of Scarlet. And, like, transferring postcards, doing the
Pokemon
whole thing.
Scarlet, what? Right.
Makes sense. I can see Melania in Area 0 or whatever that. I think it's
Okay,
Area
so what would her team be?
Tarnished.
What would her team be?
A bunch of the
Psychic?
ancient Pokemon. Like, so it'd be like a Mongoose. I could see Screamtail.
Samurai looking Pokemon.
King Gambit.
Be sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see her having a King Gambit.
She would definitely have a King Gambit. Some good poison type moves, you know? Like what's a good poison type in that game? That isn't a snake. Key term, not a snake. I don't know.
I'm loading up my list.
You know,
Venusaur is a good poison type. Nihil.
I feel like what Venusaur would do, Among Us just does. So I think because Among Us is a perfect.
Oh,
Among Us.
Roserade.
Roserade. There we go. And probably a Gallade. I would also see her with a Gallade too.
See, maybe, but also
I'm thinking Bisharp.
Well, the King Gambit is what Bisharp. That's the.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know them new niggas.
I was trying to sell Jalen on playing Pokemon, one of the new gen Pokemon games, because they've been so into Pokemon Go with us. But
yeah, you might as well at that point.
But just unprompted, you were like, "Fuck the Switch." I don't know. I'm really hoping Switch 2 comes out next year, and
You gotta think so.
well, no, it'll definitely come out next year. My bet's on April, like another early year, like first quarter release.
Yeah. March or April sounds good.
Launch it with Elden Ring. Do the real Nintendo move of like
Death of the Wild.
No, see, what's going to actually happen is they're going to announce a Horizon game that's going to come out.
no, the Lego Horizon that's coming out before. That's coming out to Switch 1.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is
Lego Elden Ring?
And what I'm saying is they're going to announce Horizon 3 the exact day, the day Horizon 3 is supposed to come out.
Oh yeah, the Switch is going to come out.
It's going to be something.
Switch 2 is going to drop with Pokemon Legends Zaw.
It would be even funnier if it dropped with Metroid. It's just like, fuck you, bitch. The real bad bitches on the stage. Because that's the one thing about Horizon. And it's like, I believe Horizon is mid enough to deserve it. I'm going to be real. Horizon is mid enough to deserve being overshadowed by everything that comes out next to it. I'm just going to be real with you.
Yeah.
That game is mid.
I don't know. I'm hoping to, at some point feel the urge to play that game. Because, of course, Lucy being announced for Guilty Gear got me to the point that I started rewatching Edge Runners, which is a horrible idea. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna watch Sad Runners? Have fun.
Yeah.
it's like, damn, you remember, like, I remember all the, like,
Remember how
Great
Take
fun
these to your
this
visuals.
was?
house. Sad version starts playing in the background.
But yeah, so I started doing that, which of course, every single time I think about the visuals of Edge Runners, I re-download Cyberpunk to my PlayStation. So I did that, and
Yeah.
I
Just figure out how to get the David build and run that. I feel like that'll solve all of your everything.
The problem is I can't get deep enough into that game. It's like I'm so put off by even just the tutorial.
Wait, which game?
Cyberpunk.
Okay, this is the thing about Cyberpunk. The thing about it is, that game's so good. It's fucking Skyrim. Just treat it like Skyrim.
I didn't like Skyrim either. Skyrim's another one, like, I'd get, like,
You're just destined not to play that game.
5 hours
you're
in.
not. What is it not doing for you? I guess that's the real question to start with. What is it not doing for you?
It's just not fun.
Yeah,
ahead,
I feel like I'm bored by.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because it sucks.
It doesn't suck. It's so good.
Nah, it's ass.
But this goes to the thing about it is this is something I was saying though is it's the thing. This is something I was saying about Cyberpunk before Cyberpunk came out. I'm like, this is a genre that's usually on PC. This is a genre that usually people who are driven insane by other immersive sims usually go into.
Yeah, I mean, Skyrim was bigger on PC than it was anywhere else.
You could because you could mod it into being good.
You could
mod it into being stable.
Oblivion.
Heck, they even modded it into fucking Daggerfall and Morrowind.
I said Oblivion, not actually meaning Oblivion.
Oh no, shit! No, they did mod it into it. I don't know. I can see why you would feel bored with it. Okay, I will say the biggest problem with it is the fact that the life path intros do suck. I will say the life path intro does suck. I'm not going to defend that. It was very undercooked. If you got to start at where the game actually fucking starts, you would have been fine. But the fact that you got to do the life path, I think that's the issue.
Because I can tell that it's one of those games that is going to have like about an hour in, the title screen's going to hit, and it's like, this is when you actually are cyberpunking. But I haven't even made it to that.
Like, really, the real issue is you got to get past the life path. That's the issue. The life path opening is the problem. Because once you get into, like, the actual first mission, you're going to have a good time. It's literally, you go into a building, you pull out your gun, you get to shooting. You rescue a woman, boom. No, that's not even when the title drops happens. That puts you into the actual prologue, which is the heist, which is sick. You get access to the city. You get to do a couple of missions. You get to negotiate. You get to pull out your gun, fight through a meat market.
All right.
No,
well,
a meat packaging facility.
It's installed, but also I made it to Solution 9 in Final Fantasy 14 this week, so Cyberpunk's definitely nowhere near the top of my list of priorities right now.
You get the BDSM gear yet?
No. I believe that's the 96 dungeon gear.
Just back one out.
just back away slowly.
Because I'm like, damn, I could make my healer slutty.
Look,
What's
Tanks are the
they
bottom.
on?
Wait. So I'm
Wait, you
on.
haven't seen the 96 dungeon gear?
Oh,
I'm trying to.
don't worry about it then.
Don't worry about it then.
I'm trying to figure out
Just let it happen.
because I'm on the level 98 story mission. So I'm trying to. And the most recent dungeon I did, like none of that is BDSM gear.
Maybe it's not for your class.
No, I know what all that gear looks like, because the caster gear just goes ape shit. The tank gear just makes you into a cop.
Wait, did I say 96? It might be 98.
Oh, well, then I might be coming up on a dungeon. I have no idea. I stopped looking at the quests when my character hit level 100. So my gunbreaker's level 100. I'm like, I don't want to waste the XP given by these MSQ quests. So now I'm power leveling my warrior in the background.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. It's at like 94. I think I have to make it to 98 to pick up these quests, to do the last few quests to get those big chunks of XP, get that to level 100, and then switch back to Gunbreaker to continue the story. Because I've done this whole thing as a Gunbreaker. Like, definitely Gunbreaker main, solidified 2 expansions in a row. I did do Warrior 3. Like, I did Realm Reborn, Heaven's Ward, and Stormblood as a warrior. But then I did Shadowbringers as a samurai, but now it's been Endwalker and Dawn Trail as a Gunbreaker. But yeah, Solution 9, I had to go set up a glamour plate with that PvP gear. Got out my, I think it's called Nova Blue, is the color dye that I use to get the aesthetic that I wanted to get with that gear in particular. Also, having the new 2 dye channels on gear, I see it. I understand its usefulness now. Like when it's shoes and you can dye the soles of the shoes a different color than the rest of the shoe.
Like the red bottoms.
I just kept the bottoms black to like. Because the unfortunate part is I got a jacket and some pants from PvP, but I didn't get like gloves or boots to go with it. So gloves, I just have the nails that just make my character like not have on gloves. But the boots, like, I'm sitting there like, I don't even know what y'all want out of me to get a pair of boots that goes with this PvP gear. I used the Cloud, the like Advent Children Cloud boots that you get with that set from the Veteran Rewards. Mm-hmm. And I dyed that the same color blue, but it still doesn't look right. That's the closest thing I could get to futuristic shoes.
You tried the PvP universal gear?
That stuff is gone. That is what if I had gotten boots.
Wait, the old PvP's gear gone? The techwear shit?
Yeah, that is what I have the chest and the legs of. If I had
they
gotten,
said it was staying forever.
I thought that was the other gear that was going away. I thought that wasn't the. Hey, that's the way it is. That's the way it is.
Right. Because if I had gotten those shoes,
I just can't go back to 14 now. Damn it! I've missed too much. I missed the 16.
Well, the 16.
I missed the Fall Guys.
Oh, I missed the Fall Guys.
I got the hoodie from Fall Guys. That's the only thing I cared about was getting that hoodie. Because the hoodie's long enough that if you put on the hoodie's long enough that with the right shorts, it basically looks like you're not wearing pants. You know, my character got some good legs that need to be shown off. Baby got some good legs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, speaking of things that are out, Valorant is technically an open beta, but it's just free to play on consoles now. So PS5, Xbox Series, you can go download Valorant, hop into the fray.
Yeah, I don't care anymore.
I don't know. I've logged in a couple times.
You can have that shit.
Yeah, it's too stiff. The matches are too long.
The matches are long as fuck. Just one tip, Anton, if you're gonna play it, when you start shooting, stop moving.
Yeah, I mean, I know all that stuff.
Good. Have fun.
Right,
I
reasons I
am
don't want
not.
to play it. The one shooter I kind of care about right now is Marvel Rivals. That's
Oh,
the one I
Looks
want.
really good.
That's the one I want.
That
It's gonna put that Overwatch needle back in my veins the way I don't need it to be. But I can see it happening already. I already know who I'm gonna main. It's crazy.
Who are you going to main?
Scarlet Witch and Hela. It's just Moira and Zenyatta. And then
I need to see what
I'll
Storm's-
probably end up playing Hulk because just Diva.
I need to see what a Storm hitting on, because it's Storm, and if there's a game with Storm in it, I'm good. And they got her hair good too. They gave her good hair too. I'm like,
I mean, Spider-Man is kind of...
Yeah. Who is it?
Which Spider-Man is it?
Yeah. There's like 3.
Which Spider-Man is it though?
Peter Parker.
I'm sorry. His comic books kind of suck right now, so I ain't hyped for him like that. Now, if it was the GOAT, if it was my boy Miles, then we'd have a different conversation here.
They'll add him eventually.
Oh yeah.
Now Black Panther looking kind of saucy.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.
That video that got posted made him look spicy.
Doomfist Genji? Because I'm like, man, you're actually getting the combos in with that shit.
Yeah, Star-Lord might have to...
Yeah, Star-Lord looks clean.
Star-Lord's just Tracer with Reaper's ult.
And jumping. So he can kind of fly.
Yeah.
He can fly. So fair.
Well, a lot of people can fly, because I think it's Iron Man that's really Farah.
Well, yeah, sure. Like they took DNA from like characters and mixed them together to bring to life these heroes. So
Yeah. Hopefully...
And,
Also
I'm
having some like original ideas stuck in there, so that not everything's not a carbon one for one.
right, it's got combos. Like certain characters got that synergy with each other. Yeah, I can't wait to play it. I don't think I signed up for the beta or anything.
I did, but I didn't get emailed. What I'm trying to see is, like, have they even given us a time frame for when it's going to drop?
I don't know.
Because honestly, like, yeah, I would drop Valorant. Like, right now, Valorant's my shooter of choice. I got back into Fortnite the other day for, like, a minute. Because they've been advertising the Deadpool and Wolverine bundle thing. And I have Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, wait, Jeff's in the game? Hold on. Jeff's in the game? Oh, that changes things.
Jeffson, what? Who is
Marvel
Jeff?
Rivals, Jeff the Land Shark. My boy. My aquatic boy.
The land shark is a point.
Right, yeah.
He's a shark. He's what happens if you fuse a dog and a shark. I'm serious.
But not like the street sharks.
No, like an actual shark.
Oh yeah, they're skateboarders with shark DNA.
Yeah, but this is a dog that's kind of a shark, and it's my boy. Like, that's okay. So they are picking interesting characters. I was worried that they were just gonna pick like, the same old same, but like they're throwing Jeff in there.
Yeah, they got some folks now.
All right.
I'm sitting here to see if there's a way for me to.
There is a closed beta
Yeah, but the thing is, they keep running out
coming
of keys.
in. Huh?
The closed beta is going on right now, but they keep running out of keys. The way to get it is through Twitch drops, and
Or wishlisting the game on Steam.
Well,
I mean, it's definitely wishlisted on Steam and PlayStation for me.
yep.
But the way that I know of getting keys is through Twitch drops, like watch channels, but they keep running out of keys. Like, they'll be like, oh, we restocked on keys, and they'll be gone, like, almost instantly.
This shit about to shut the streets down.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it looks like it plays well. The characters look sick. You know, like, and it looks like they're. I mean, hey, remember the announcer's Galactica. The fact that the announcer is the fact that they're doing something with Galactica after all these decades is already like kind of nuts. You know.
Well, I mean,
Oh, Galactica was something that already exists and not just
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, no,
Galactica.
Galactica.
Galactus.
wait, isn't
No, Galactica's-
Galactica in Marvel Snap?
I don't think she's in Marvel Snap. Galactus is, but I don't know about Galactica. Galactica's his daughter, by the way. Yeah.
How does that happen?
Well, when a big man and a
Galactus
star
fucks?
loves each other very much,
A star.
think so.
Did he Homelander off into the stars?
I mean, remember his entire thing is that he eats planets. See.
I guess she's not in Marvel Snap? I really could have sworn she was.
She got that look.
Well, one, she's not from the main 616 universe. That's the first. She's not from the main. Yeah, she's not from 616. She's from
Is everything in
6110,
Snap from
102? As far as I know. Well, no, actually, no. Penny's not 616. First of all, Spider-Bite, she's not 616. So far from what I've seen, the characters, except for specifically Spider-Bite, are 616, from what I've seen.
All right. Well. Oh crap! I just closed the tab.
Oh,
I
and the
was
reason
not
why,
supposed to close.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, so she first appeared in 2009. They never really did much with her.
Okay, so looking back at the show notes, what is McDoom?
Oh, no, it's MC Doom posting, as in the MCU, but we're Doom posting because of fucking Victor Von Doom. They announced that Robert Downey Jr. will be playing Victor Von Doom, and I'm in a death spiral over it. It is going to be terrible. I have no faith. This is the worst thing they could have done. Like, this is...
It sounds like you're reading directly off a Reddit post.
It's look, and the worst part, I really wish I was just reading off a Reddit post because it feels awful. This is gonna suck. Like, number one, it's Victor Von fucking Doom. Like, if there's one character the MCU needs to get right, it's Victor Von fucking Doom. It's fucking Doom. Like, he speaks in the third person. He's obtained God. Like, this motherfucker said, I've obtained godhood and found it beneath me. Thanos has never successfully invaded Wakanda. Doom did. Doom invaded Wakanda so hard that T'Challa had to render all vibranium inert, and it got him ousted as king. Like, this is the same Doom who tore out Thanos' spine like he's Sub-Zero in fucking Mortal Kombat. And you're just gonna nostalgia bait me by having fucking Robert Downey Jr.
You said this is the same Doom? Do you mean that? Do you know that? You
mean from the MCU or from the comics?
I'm just saying.
Because the comic Doom that did the killing Thanos and Beta Wakanda, that's the same Doom.
Him. That's what I'm saying.
It can't be him. They got Robert Downey Jr. playing him, and that means he ain't gonna be wearing the mask, which is important to Victor Von Doom's fucking character.
Or he actually better wear the mask the whole time.
No, he ain't. No, he ain't. Because they spent too much goddamn money on that man. They ain't.
Think about how much they spent on Pedro Pascal for the Mandalorian.
Yeah, but this is the thing about it.
Actually kept his helmet on.
They kept his helmet on, yes, because this is also the thing about it, though, is he wasn't a nostalgia bait to get people to care about the fact that their Kang saga fell apart. Like, picking Pedro Pascal to be the Mandalorian was an actual artistic directional choice. Bringing Robert Downey Jr. back is just nostalgia baiting people who like the MCU into caring again.
I don't know, because I don't fall into the bucket of people who don't care, because I've watched pretty much all the Disney Plus shows. I sat through the entirety of the Marvels.
Oof.
So
was that actually solid?
How was the Marvels, by the way?
For the Marvels, if I didn't go in with the expectations that, like, the director saying that she got inspiration from Advent Children. Because I see where she was coming from, of like, but you didn't ape Advent Children hard enough to be out here invoking Advent Children's name. Like, I can kind of see, like,
never take God's name in vain.
Right.
Don't take God's name.
Don't have me have a team-up fighting movie of superheroes and be like, yeah, I drew a lot of inspiration from Advent Children. And then give me that. But, I mean, outside of that, like, if you don't go into it looking for the Advent Children inspiration like I did.
You know, I forgot I actually watched that movie until this moment. I was like, oh, yeah, I did see it. And that time we went before Rebirth came out.
Advent Children is literally, hey, you want a bunch of... Advent Children is the definition of a bunch of cool shit happens.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just a bunch of cool. When you're watching it, it's the hypest shit ever because you're just like, this is sick. This is sick. Then you stop watching, you're like, that movie's stupid as hell.
Yeah, Twink Royale.
It really was Twink Royale. Yeah.
Let's just make sweet love to our motorcycles while we swing around big blades.
Hey, we went from card games on motorcycles to sword fights on motorcycles. We kept the twinks, though.
This wasn't a post-Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D world.
Wait, did Advent Children come out before 5Ds?
Oh, shit. If Advent Children was the progenitor of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
Okay, 5Ds aired 2008, April 2008.
Oh, did these shits come out? Oh, no, 2005.
Okay, so no, Advent Children. So Advent Children. So 5Ds is just what if we did Advent Children with Yu-Gi-Oh?
You know how much stuff is what if we just did something Final Fantasy VII related?
Yeah. The same amount of stuff that's what if we just did Star Wars. The same amount of stuff that's what if we just did Lord of the Rings. The same amount of stuff that's what if we just did Dragon Ball. Like, what if we just did Berserk? It'd be like that. But yeah, it's my thing about it, though, is I don't think Robert Downey Jr. is a good casting for Doom. Full stop. And I really do think the only reason why they did it is to get some of the people who were starting to fall off the MCU because, you know, the Kang... Because, like, look, let's be real. The whole reason why we're not doing Kang anymore...
I'm just saying evil Tony Stark, evil Iron Man. And that's just what, Ultron?
No, it's not even Ultron, because Tony Stark didn't build Ultron in the comics. Fucking Hank Pym did. Which is another gripe.
Well, in the MCU.
Well, in the MCU, Tony Stark got sucked off by a machine. Who gives a fuck?
Whoa. Where's this machine?
How would one go about procuring?
Well, you can see.
Amazon?
No. Yeah, well, probably. You could buy it off of Amazon for like.
Somebody tell schoolboy.
You can get one for like $100. You can get one for like $100.
Look under any viral tweet is somebody like right afterwards. Like,
yep.
Yeah, make sure you go check out.
Yep.
The Tony Stark suck off machine.
We got the Iron Blow. We have different models. We have War Machine. Look,
I'm kind of mad. The one thing that came out of Comic-Con that I'm kind of upset about is that, first of all, we got no news on any more X-Men 97 happening.
We got more news for My Adventures with Superman, which is great. My boy Superboy is going to be at it. Twink Supreme is coming to Superman.
I started watching Kite Man, hell yeah. Because I have Max for House of the Dragon. And honestly, right now, Max is like a god tier streaming service.
So they unfucked it. And now it's lit again.
It's still kind of fucked. But it just has content that is like actually worth watching. Versus like, I feel like Hulu doesn't really have anything right now. Netflix doesn't really have anything right now.
Hulu does. Well,
what is
anime?
The Bear.
But those you can also get on Disney.
The anime that's on there?
Yeah.
Tomato. I mean, if you got both, what does it matter? I mean,
also,
Hulu's UI is going to be better.
Also, one more thing about the Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man thing is another reason why I know it's just nostalgia bait, because they're not bringing him in the goddamn Fantastic Four movie. You know, the movie with the characters he has chemistry with? The fuck?
Well, like
his
the
entire
Fantastic Four movie.
So much of his character is built around his battle with Reed and his obsession with Sue. Two of the most important characters to Doom. That's not in the movie they're in. We're going to do it in the Avengers movie because fuck it.
Well, I mean, he will probably be. We got to see what they're actually doing.
The Fantastic Four members aren't Avengers.
But is he?
They've worked with the Avengers, but oh my god,
I don't know anything about what's going on.
Basically,
is he the main villain in this movie, or is
from
he just
what we
guy?
Understand is he's replacing Kang for their big bad of the saga, because Jonathan Majors told a white woman he wanted her to be Coretta Scott King. That's why we have this. That's the timeline we're in.
Oh man.
Why did Jonathan Majors have to fumble that bag in particular?
I mean,
because honestly, like the way they were going, kind of like ramping him up.
But this is also the thing
Loki.
about it, though. Is it shows that they kind of attach characters. They're too attached to actors being characters, which is the same thing we were saying about Black Panther. Because you know it's a multiverse thing. You could just recast the motherfucker. But no, we're in the timeline where Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Doom. You could just recast the motherfucker.
Yeah.
The
problem, they kind of wrote themselves into a corner with the Kang stuff, because unlike Loki, where like all his variants were different actors, and it's like, oh, all of my variants are just different people that just happen to also be me. Kang, it was like, oh, all of your variants are just Jonathan Majors.
And they could just not do that because they could
They
just
had
not do
already
that.
written themselves into that corner.
The audience can suspend their disbelief enough to believe another man could play Kang. I don't believe the MCU fans are that stupid that they cannot believe another actor playing Kang could be Kang. I don't think they're that stupid.
Well, that's what happened with War Machine, right? War
No.
Machine got recast.
They didn't recast War Machine. They said he was They didn't recast him.
Don Cheadle wasn't the original.
That happened so long ago. I forgot they did that. You see? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. That was that's the famous one. I'm War Machine, man.
I'm War Machine, man.
I just
you see what I'm saying? I forgot that even happened.
Suit, man. Just wait to the next movie. I'm gonna whoop that trick, man.
Just saying, they could have just recasted him. They really could have just recasted him.
Yeah, they could have recasted a lot of people.
But I think they're gonna end up going back to Kang somehow. Recasted, but I don't know. Because I somewhat have faith because they really did hit the brakes and show a lot of restraint, only dropping Deadpool and Wolverine this year, which...
I mean...
That's the only Marvel movie this calendar year is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I still gotta go see that.
Isn't that still...
Anybody getting the butt controller? Oh yeah, it's just one, right?
Yeah, there's like one in existence and it's not even soft, so if they made it out of that material they used to make like the mouse pads, then maybe, but not for a hard plastic action figure ass.
Yeah, that's wild. They need to run the Sonic back. But give it the butt.
Make it furry.
It's, that demographic, they'll buy it no matter the price.
I mean, they got good jobs. That's why they got money to burn. They got good jobs.
Wasn't it? There was an X-Men 97 controller that I was like, I wish they would honestly sell this. Yeah, let me see. They only made one of these, but it was just like a really dope colorway for... Oh, they did colorways for everybody. Why is this picture so low resolution?
That is lit.
So yeah, they did Wolverine, Storm, Jean, Rogue, Cyclops, Beast, Gambit, Jubilee, and Bishop. All got their own X-Men colorways, and I definitely would have gone with the Wolverine one.
I would have got that Jubilee, but it's just like, I would love to see some more X-Men 97, but also like, what are they gonna... We never learned why the old boy got fired.
Right, we still don't know, and now he's... Like, I followed him on Twitter, but then his Twitter got out of hand, and so I had to unfollow him.
Maybe that's why he got...
What did he get out of hand with?
Him posting himself in compromising positions.
You know what? Maybe we've now learned why he got cast. Maybe that answers our question.
Speaking of being in compromising positions, I did check out the Guilty Gear Strive 3v3 beta. And
is that going to just be your arc with playing Guilty Gear this generation? It's just like every time they beta test something, that's how I'm going to play Guilty Gear. I'm never going to buy just like the game.
That's really what it seems like, right? But this $20 deal might be too good to pass up. Yeah, ass. That's just chaotic as fuck. It's like the other two people are assist characters, and it kind of comes like you have the ability to assist yourself in certain situations, and they didn't explain that shit. I don't know if there was a tutorial that I missed or something, but they didn't explain none of that shit that's going on in it. So it just left me really confused. And it's weird, it's chaotic. It's interesting
The
though.
tags invincible?
I'm glad
Aren't
they
the
did
tag
it.
moves invincible?
Probably.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Probably.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. So yeah, there's that, and I was definitely getting worked. Yeah, that's really all I have on that. Like, if they had some shit going on where they should have explained it, I definitely missed that. Um, if not, they should have explained that shit, because what the fuck was going on there? Yeah. Yeah. Do not recommend. Nobody else checked it out?
Nah. Actually,
It's information overload even just looking at it, because it's like, what the hell is going on?
I've seen
Like, is
the
that your
dumbest
character,
shit.
my character?
And also, I've like, what am I going to do against 3 Patetkins? What the fuck are you going to do against that?
One of them named Lil Bussy Vert.
What am I supposed to do against Tuck Queen, Let It Hang Sister, yeah, Let It Hang? What am I supposed to do against NBA Femboy?
Wait, Jeff is a shark?
Jeff is a land shark, yes. I literally, if take a small dog, and fuse him with the shark, and you get Jeff the land shark. Yeah. I wasn't exaggerating in any sort of way.
No, so whatever strain.
I think he was introduced in Gwenpool, and she gave him to Deadpool because you can only exist if you have a comic going. Because a lot of the Gwenpool narrative is built around how characters are treated by Marvel Comics. So it's like, she knows that if she doesn't have a comic book going, her status of existing is very iffy. I just posted a picture of Jeff so you could see it in the chat.
I saw Jeff.
But she gave him to Deadpool, so because it's like, you're Deadpool, you're always gonna have a comic. Take Jeff, because Jeff will always get to exist, because Deadpool will always have a comic. Shit, Jeff got his own comic for a while. Now Gwenpool is considered a mutant, so therefore she gets to exist for a while. But yeah.
Okay.
She's considered a mutant? Like, the Sentinels targeting her ass type shit?
She was on Krakoa when it all went down, so let's put it that way. And you can't get on Krakoa if you're not a mutant.
Okay, so you guys are gonna have to explain this skill-based matchmaking.
Okay, basically, Blizzard ran an experiment where they turned off skill-based matchmaking to see if it was as much of a problem as the shooter players believe it is. The answer is no. Without skill-based matchmaking, everybody who wasn't the 1% of players left the fucking game. Nobody had fun. And then people started quitting. So come to find out, skill-based matchmaking isn't going to go anywhere, because that actually keeps people playing the game. So yes, shooter players were just bitching about having to compete with somebody at their skill level.
We already knew that.
Yeah, but now we have data. We have math. The numbers don't lie.
Data shaped like a gun.
Shaped like a motherfucking gun. But yeah, that's the skill-based matchmaking thing.
Wait, what game did they run the experiment in?
Call of Duty. Straight up. When Call of Duty skill-based matchmaking was turned off, player retention went down the board except for players in the 90th percentile. So if you weren't in the top 10% of players, it went down. Everyone else had a word's time because it's almost like getting stomped in a public lobby kind of fucking sucks. But also remember, the whole idea that skill-based matchmaking is bad is one, the frustration of getting matched with somebody exactly equal to your skill level after you had a good game because you were effectively unranked because you haven't played yet.
Yeah. Or even those situations where you're on a team and y'all are absolutely rolling the other team, but your other teammates are so good that you're literally not finding any action. It's like, damn, by the time I get there, they're dead.
Right, and then because you win the game and because your team stomp, you're now placed in a higher bracket, meaning you're fighting even better players, or now you're getting your ass kicked. But let's not pretend that a lot of this opinion comes from streamers. You know, those in the 90th percentile who need them clips to pay their bills. You know?
Yeah, like, at that point, just get better.
Right. But and also, we always seen this, though, because it's like what happens is people get good enough, get to a certain point in ranked where they stall. They get pissed off because they're playing against people who are better than them. So they immediately go back to public lobbies, casual games, to go bully the casuals. But with skill-based matchmaking, it's harder for them to get to the casuals.
Yeah. And honestly, my biggest issue with games like Overwatch, I would never be like, man, fuck. I'm in over my head. It would always be like, man, fuck, my team is not good enough. So it was never a me issue. It was a team issue.
Team issue. And this is also why team-based games will always be more popular than fighters. Because if you get your ass kicked in a fighting game,
that's just
like,
motivation.
You can Scrub Quotes says otherwise, but you know, you don't have someone you can really, really bitch at without feeling like a bitch. But in those team games like Overwatch and League, you can blame anybody for anything.
I blame the architects.
Blame the architects. You know, I remember getting killed by the architects in Halo. You know, they do that. The architects will randomly snipe you, but that's the gist of the skill-based matchmaking data that came out. It's really hilarious that there's numerical proof that, hey, yeah, Call of Duty players are just bitching. Which we knew. But it's fun to see the numbers.
Oh, shout out to those people who never played again after being in a shit tier lobby.
Right.
Just so we can get this data. Y'all are the real heroes.
Yeah, y'all are the real heroes.
That's out to them.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, how hard would y'all judge me if I played a game of Overwatch?
Actually, I would not judge you at all. I'm considering re-downloading that game to play the new character.
I was wondering how hard I would have to push, dude.
Like, this is the thing I was saying the last time we brought up Overwatch. It's like, look, yes, it's fuck Overwatch in this house, but like, you know,
I'm not giving them no money, but
we're not gonna give them any money. The characters are free now, you know.
But you know,
All right, said less. It's downloading.
It's Marvel Rivals, damn it! I really want to play that.
Yeah, I want.
Yeah.
I really want to play.
We're all right.
I really want to play classic Overwatch, and I think Marvel Rivals is going to.
I will say, I think we got another season before we get 6v6 because right now they're like, I think we need to go back to 6v6 because they could never get they're testing it because they couldn't get the balance right of fives. That was the thing about it, is they couldn't get the balance right of fives. Playing tank in fives is awful because you're eating everything. Yeah. And they tried to do it, but then they just ended up, the closest thing they got to a fix was making tanks so strong that no one else got to play the game. So, you know.
Yeah. Can't promise how many games of Overwatch I'll play or when
Oh, no.
It.
Oh, no. Truth be told, I haven't even re-downloaded it. The best you could get out of me is 1.
Same.
Like, honestly, I think about playing Overwatch more so than I actually play Overwatch. Want to play Overwatch. I think that's what it is.
Exactly.
All
That's
right.
why Marvel Rivals got none of that negative going on. So
right, and then it's characters we already are attached to going into it.
I like how Chris is dropping stories in general games chat. Well, not on the episode.
Just doing work.
Oh yeah, apparently a huge franchise is coming to Game Pass. It's Mafia. It's Mafia. I'm just gonna say right now, it's Mafia. That's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
Mafia used to be it. It used to be a big deal, but after Mafia 3, not as much. Apparently, but also Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is supposed to, according to a leaker.
Oh, well, while we're talking video games, just because I may not be able to ask you about this till later. Zenless Zone Zero. I started it.
The fuck out on this game. Okay.
So I started it. You convinced me of because I'm like, we've established this. I've tried these Hoyoverse games. Like, I'm just not seeing the appeal. Zenless Zone Zero, I'm seeing the appeal.
This is the thing about Zenless Zone Zero, is that it's the genre. It's literally just a genre. Like, Genshin, Genshin, every time I open that up, I'm like, Honkai Star Rail got me for a while. The only reason I stopped playing Honkai Star Rail is because every single time that game fucking updated, it would log me out, and that pissed me off. Because it felt like that game had to update like every fucking day or some shit like that. It was annoying. It's like the Twitch app. Every single time you open it so you could watch some Twitch, the bitch got to update. It's annoying. But Zenless Zone Zero is fucking fun. And it has some of the best squash and stretch animation in like the game, so all the characters are really lively. I will say a lot of the shallowness I was complaining about when I first started playing got remedied the further I got into the game. It feels shallow a lot because of classic mobile game onboarding.
Right, yeah. So before I finished the mobile game onboarding, I was like, all right, I got to figure out how to set up. I think I might have set up a Hoyoverse account, but I'm not 100% sure. If
you logged into the game, yeah.
Well, so the PlayStation, that's the thing. On PlayStation, it logs you in with like a temp account.
Oh, I have no idea about that.
And then you have to link it to your Hoyoverse account. And
yeah.
Before I messed something up, I stopped because it was like 2 a.m. a few nights ago. But yeah. So Zenless Zone Zero, I will say, like the gameplay that they let me play, yeah, I could see myself honestly playing this.
It's real simple, but it feels so good because you just hit the combo and you just watch shit explode. Like, I got the current running limited, so my Ether team is kind of nasty.
Look, I got to roll for Anton off principle. Like, once...
Anton is a fucking character. I will say, good luck. He's an A rank, not an S rank. So there's a chance you're... Like I said, good luck. Sometimes...
Is there triple S in this game or no?
No, there's only A and S.
Okay.
There's only A and S.
Okay.
B is fucking shitty modules that are really just designed to pad out your roles to make sure you're getting stuff other than characters. But Anton's a goof. He's a bit of a muscle brain goof. You meet him in chapter 2.
Okay.
When you start handling the stuff with Bellabog. I'm currently in the middle of chapter 2. I'm currently in the middle of chapter 2. It's a lot of fun. You go in, and it has a way to modular. This being a Hoyoverse game, you can get in, do your dailies, log out if that's the way you want to play it. You can play the story mode. They have like a roguelike mode where you're getting upgrades. They have 2 different roguelike modes. There's a lot of content in that game. It's a lot of fun. And if you get in now, they're basically giving away a bunch of roles and shit, and Twitch drops too, because, you know, the game just came out. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. I'm at Internaut level 26. I'm trying to hit 30 for this event that ends in a week. Yeah, that game is fun. And it's pretty as fuck. Like,
Yeah, that was the thing I noticed trying to load it up on my phone. It's like the graphic settings were like kind of in the medium range, but on PlayStation they were in like the ultra range.
Yeah, maybe I'll finally check it out.
I'm just saying. And some of them characters be swinging, if you know what I mean. Let's put it this way. I got a maid character. I don't know why she's stacked like that, but she's stacked like that. And also the team you start off with, the Cunning Hares, it's a solid team. Like, what's the pink-haired girl's name? I use her a lot.
I haven't unlocked her yet.
Yes, you have. She's literally one of the first. Yeah, if you get her in the first mission, she's like one of the. Do you not have a full team of 3 yet?
No.
Oh, fuck! You literally just did the very first thing.
No, I fought, let's say, 5 battles so far.
Shit.
But I still only have a party of 2.
The first mission, because you start off with the lightning.
I haven't gotten to.
You start Abby. No, you don't roll. You start with Abby, because the first mission is getting them out of the hollow. It's you start with Abby,
right? But
and
there
then you
are
get
multiple
Billy.
Combats in getting. I haven't made it out of the hollow.
No, before you get out the hollow, you get all 3 of them. Like you do, like the first. Like first you get Abby and Billy. Then you get the character I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got Billy, and I've done she probably would have been the next actual combat thing I did if I hadn't like gotten it. I was like, oh, I'm already enjoying this. Let me try and get this set up so I can play it on my phone and play it on my PlayStation with my progress going back and forth.
Yeah. Just make sure you have a Hoyoverse account. That's basically it.
Yeah, I just gotta make sure.
I probably have one from setting up
Genshin, you might not.
Oh well, say less.
Because I've actually
set one up.
I think I honestly made it to the end of the prologue in Genshin, but yet I didn't have an account. I would have to go back and retroactively like connect the Hoyoverse account that I was making the other night to Genshin.
I see. Yeah, I'm sure I didn't play Genshin long enough to do anything anyway, so.
Yeah, it's not like there's any benefit to having played any of their other games in their whatever game you're playing.
Nicole, that's who I was thinking of.
All right. Well, does anybody have one more thing before we wrap?
No, that's it.
No?
All good? All right. Well, remember, you can follow us all collectively around the internet at cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. Follow me on PlayStation. Add me, Anton, with the number 6 and 2 X's, because that's honestly where you'll have the best bet of, like, getting a hold of me being active and doing something as PlayStation. Madrid, where can people find you?
Yeah, just look for me on PlayStation 2, Sunny Chifa.
All right, Jalen?
Squid Bishop on the internet.
All right, this has been a No It's Good production. The video version is edited by Chris. The audio version is edited by Akuma Santi. Until next time, keep it cheesy.